Hello everyone, and sorry I haven't been uploading at all much lately at all. I've been quite busy past several months or so, and apologies for not uploading much. However, I do plan on from next week essentially making a lot more videos. Um, I will be doing an update video very shortly, so that'll be up as well, but I thought I'd just do a very quick video of a small project I'll be doing. After this upload, I will be doing another update following an update. It's not quite finished. I'll explain this update in a second. I just want to quickly say thank you to everyone who has continued to subscribe to my channel despite my hiatus. I really do appreciate it. And I will be going into a lot more detail in the update video, but I can tell you now that I am going to plan on for definite uploading at least 1 to 2 videos, probably just one video for certain a week for the next month or so, and then probably by May, April time, end of February, March sort of time, then I'll start uploading a lot more, at least minimum of 2 videos per week. I'll be doing a very interesting video very, very soon, the start of next week, so by Monday. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm sort of interested, quite excited how the video will turn out. Actually, it'll be interesting to see. I am experimenting still a little bit with the format in which I do videos, but I'm going to get into that in more detail in the update video. At the minute, I'm just using my phone because my camera. I'm just, like I said, I'm just testing out the quality of this. So I'm just using the phone for now on a tripod. But I do plan on getting a new professional camera, as the one I have is quite old now. It's good, but I could do something a bit newer and a lot better quality for you. So I will be looking at a new camera by summer. So for now, I'm just using this, my phone, and my old camera. I'm just again trying out the quality with this, and yeah. But again, sorry for waffling. I'll do a bit more detail in an update video, but that's just a very quick update. But I'll get into this video now. So, for those who not sure what this is at all, who aren't following me on Facebook, those who are will probably already have seen the post I put up of this yesterday, I believe. Yeah, yesterday. Essentially, what it is on the left you see bottom left-hand corner the 2 pouches. They are 2 Mosin Nagant pouches. They're of the sort of early interwar period type. The Red Army. So this is to do with my Soviet kit that I'll be putting together. Well, I am nearly finished completing, thankfully. It's taken me a little while. Recently got a SHM1 kit as well, which is quite rare in the UK. It's been a pain trying to get them, but managed to find a kit for a very good price, which I may do a video on at a later date. But essentially, this video is just a little project which I'm doing, and the project, if you can't tell, is essentially the ammunition pouches you can see here on the left. Now, these are good. Oh yeah, sorry for my hands. If they're wondering why they're so red, it's because my OCD. I fucking washed them and bleached them, believe it or not. I'm serious. So apologies for my hands looking like that. But anyway, as I was saying, the Mosin pouches should hold 3 in each pouch, that is, should hold 3 5-round stripper clips, so that's 15 rounds in each pouch, so 30 in both combined. And obviously you'd have 2. Some troops didn't. I mean, that's another story for another video. I'm not going to get into that whole debate at the minute. Pictures show vary. Some troops had 1 set of pouches, some had 2. So again, that's a whole other tin of worms for another time. But what I'm focusing on is, as you can see on the right, is the ammunition pouch. And essentially, the ammunition pouch itself, the box that the ammunition would come inside looks something like this. I'll include a picture in a second. But essentially, and it wouldn't be in white, I'll explain why that's white. It should be like this sort of, but it's essentially cardboard. And I'm trying to replicate the I'm just going to call it box because it is a ammunition or cartridge box that the ammunition would come in, and you would essentially, and it would become uh, in a massive crate with other you know, rounds like this, or stacked along, alternating stacked in the box, and it contained three stripper clips of um, five rounds essentially on each clip. So three clips, so 15 rounds in each. I'll just show you in a second. But essentially, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to replicate these boxes because I can't find anyone that reproduces these at all. I've tried. I don't think anyone is. So that's what I've been doing recently, is just measuring and everything and using pictures. Um, and I'll just go and show you that very quickly. So um, yeah, these are the pouches. I'm just going to show you something as well. I'm going to get onto these pouches. I'm going to talk a little bit about these for anyone that's interested and that does reenacting. Essentially, this is the earlier type. You can tell one of the main things, not just the appearance of the rivets on the front and the shape, but also on the back you have this D-ring. This would be a part of the way that the earlier Soviet interwar, Second World War webbing would use Y straps, harnesses, whatever you want to call them, suspenders, to essentially a point of attachment help, keep the belt up, and primarily obviously on the ammunition pouch, which would be heavy obviously with ammunition, to help keep the belt up, one on each side and then one at the rear. Obviously, you know how suspenders work on webbing systems, so I shouldn't have to explain that. But essentially, this feature would be deleted on later pouches. They did make a few different variants. This is a reproduction. This is actually a fairly good one, and I'm going to get into that a little bit soon. But I just want to show you inside. So inside should hold, which this does hold, three stripper clips of 762 by 54 rimmed. Yeah, as you can see in there. I'm just leaving them in here, and the reason why I'm leaving them in here just like that, and this is fine. I mean, this is just, I'm just doing this because I like to go the extra mile. It just shows a little bit of extra, what's the word, ingenuity, I guess you could say. And it also adds to the immersion slightly, even if it's somewhat minor. The again, some troops obviously would have just put the ammo straight in like that, but really, what you more likely would have seen is if I just take these out, see it's empty. If I just take these out, essentially what they would have done is they would have just inserted the ammunition into the pouch like that, and obviously closed it up. Now, immediately you can see one small problem that I'm having, but I'm going to deal with this. Again, this isn't entirely the box's fault. It's I don't know if you can see how well you're going to see this, but the cardboard isn't actually that thick, really. It's actually fairly thin card. I'm going to get into what I used and stuff and how I actually made this in a second. But as you see, it's actually very thin, but it's fairly robust in terms of strength, which is what I want, and it's fairly similar. Again, the reason why it's white, I'm going to get into that in a second, is because that's the template that I've just cut out, stuck to a piece of cardboard, and just trimmed it. I mean, this is just a sort of prototype, I guess you could say. This isn't a finished product. This is just me testing at this point. But as you can see inside, that's where it would go. Now, these pouches are very good in the sense of the price point, and from a visual perspective, these are actually not too bad. I mean, the leather is not perfect. You see, there's a bit of frame, but I mean, overall, these are actually fairly good. They seem fairly robust. I mean, as in the leather tabs. I've been opening it, pulling it. It's got some elasticity, which I guess is a good thing, in a way, because you don't want it to just snap off, and it doesn't exactly feel like it will snap off. At least not in my opinion. Obviously, some people might have different batches of these, but I got this set, I believe, a year ago. Yeah, last year, start of last year. I'll include a link down below where I got these from, but they came from Epic Militaria. Now, I don't usually buy from them, but I did a little bit of research, and it turns out that I actually messaged them, and they said that they do get some, not all, some of their equipment from RU Schutzers, if I'm pronouncing that right, which is a really good company. I believe it's in Belarus. and they do a lot of high grade reproduction uniforms, primarily in some equipment, German, Russian, as in Imperial Russian, Soviet, and some of the like Eastern European countries, equipment and so forth. And I know this for a fact, and I can even prove it because I actually have a tunic from RU Schutzter's. Again, I think I'm saying that correctly. If not, apologies. I'll include a link below actually to the websites, both websites, and where I got the pouches. But essentially, I bought a tunic, the M43 Gimnastroika. I think that's how you say it. Again, apologies, I don't speak fluent Russian, so you know. I bought a tunic from them, the M43, obviously without the pockets, which is correct from what I'm doing. And then I bought another set from Epic Military, and they are exactly the same. Like you can tell, it's all the same material. So that is somewhat true. So I know there's a bit of a hit and miss with that, and there's other places like Soldier of Fortune. Again, some of their stuff's good, some of it's bad. It depends on what you're buying and the batches in which the original manufacturer get them. Because even though they sometimes say that they make it in Wales, not all of their stuff is actually from where they're based in Wales. Some of it is just made in either India or Pakistan, and it's just sent as a batch. And this isn't just Soldier of Fortune, this is what Plies Glory. And I'm ranting now. But anyway, the reason why I'm saying this is because I think I'm going to have to look it up. I paid, I believe it was 30 or 40 pounds for these. These have gone up slightly. But they do sell another set, which I haven't got yet, and I probably will purchase fairly soon just to compare the two. But for either display or even, again, maybe reenacting, I mean, these are the earlier type. Again, I'll say it again, these are the earlier type of pouches. They did vary. And when I get another set, the later pouch, which is the other set they sell, Epic Militaria and I use Schutzter's, I'll probably do a video on them, but they are quite a bit different, and the quality in pictures alone look far better, obviously, hence the price difference. But essentially, the only problem I have with this is essentially the as you can see, the ammunition box isn't quite well. So the pouch itself isn't. It feels like I'd need to do some work to the leather to sort of stretch this out more, and that's why I was leaving them three rounds in, stripper clips in. Because if I just close this side up, if I open this side, the other pouch, so I haven't tried it with this pouch yet, but as you can see, it takes two stripper clips perfectly fine, and you can still get to them fairly easily and stuff. That's an original strip clip as well. So if you're wondering why that's chrome, they're Reproduction. These are Reproduction stripper clips. They're original. So just if you're wondering, but and they serve the purpose that I'm looking for, and I probably will get some more originals soon. But anyway, the point is, as you can see, that's how it looked originally. The pouch is slightly stretched or warped, but you see there's some gaps. So it is very, I mean, like I said, you saw earlier, you can just fit 3 rounds in just as that, as you can see. Yeah, it goes in fine, which is fine. Again, for reenacting and stuff, it's not, this isn't, I'm just nitpicking really, but from someone like me who likes the minor details, that's just something I think worth noting that I don't think anyone seemed to have picked up on. Again, just a quick comparison of the two pouches. Again, this one, the right, that's the one I've been. You can see the difference in how much it's stretched out. So I'm going to leave this for a bit longer, and then I'm going to keep attempting to fit the pouch, the box in. Now, for those wondering, yes, it does actually fit the rounds in. See, there's 3 there, as you can see. Yeah, you'll go in pretty well, fairly snug as well. Yeah, see, absolutely fine. And yeah, so it's, yeah, I'm gonna, like I said, this is just like sort of a part 1, I guess, so to speak, because I will be doing a follow-up video, because it's mainly the focus is on this, but I thought I'd touch on the pouches and essentially how I'm making these pouches, these ammunition boxes, whatever you call them. I'm just going to keep using them 2 terms freely, because yeah, But as you can see, I mean, essentially it is just a box that is a simple template that I'm going to show you the template in a second. But I have used the correct measurements. I've measured these all as in the width, as in what I'm saying is I've measured the diameter from, from this diameter across at the bottom to the top, the height, you know what I'm saying, which I'll show you now. So you can see here, so 5 centimeters at the top, 6.6 centimeters from the lowest point, and 7.5. I mean, you can see it there, and then that's just some other thing. That was just the internal diameter of the pouch, but this is the thing I was focusing on. And after I got this measurements, I went to the pouch itself. This is how I sketched out. Hopefully you can see that the camera's focusing. I sketched out the pouch, the box. I keep saying pouch, but this is the box. I keep saying, and led me onto this first template, which I quickly realised there's a problem in that, where you can probably see. Yeah, it wasn't satisfactory, and obviously it doesn't have the lid. So I abandoned that, and I went to this design, which is the final design, which I'm very happy with, and that's also a template. This is the original template, and I copied this onto this piece here, and I'm going to just, these are just taped because it's not fully, I'll just quickly untape it now. I'm just going to show you what I mean. So I'm just going to take this tape off, just cut it so it's quicker. So let me just quickly cut the edges off. Okay, so you can see there. Yep, so this is it. I'm just going to lay it all flat. Yep, so this, all of this is essentially that template I've just shown you. This is this template. Yep, obviously this. Yep, you can see there, obviously. So that's the final template, and I'm happy with it. And this is obviously what I got, and obviously, as I said, it's all, obviously folds together like so, and I'm fairly happy with it. Again, it won't, when these are finished, this is just sort of the prototype. When they're finished, they won't have this white paper, because it's just a bit of a Pritt stick, like a bit of glue to stick the paper onto the cardboard. Now, and obviously when it's done, it'll just be like this side, so it'll just be brown, which is what the originals were, obviously just like cardboard, so it'll look, that colour. So for those wondering what sort of card I actually used, interesting, it's like a well, I guess it is cardboard, but it's a thin type used as an envelope. So this is what the envelope looks like. I just cut obviously a piece out. I have a larger piece underneath, but this is just for testing on. Fairly thin. You can see the thickness. It's not too thick, which is what I want, because obviously it needs to fit in the pouch. And the originals weren't that thick, so this is the closest I can get colour and material wise and strength to the originals. So that's essentially what I'm doing at the minute. This is just, again, a little project that I'm doing, and I will be updating you, because I know at least one or two people that have asked me to sort of, who are somewhat interested and think it's interesting. So I'm glad I'm not the only one who cares about minute details like this. Yeah, also, just for those wondering, I'm going to include a picture, obviously, but what they would do is when this, when you would get the box, so say, obviously, and I've just taken it apart, but obviously when the ammunition is in this box, when you get them in the crate, if they weren't, they should all be stored like this, like into, in rows. Sometimes I'm not, sometimes they also would have these wrapped in brown sort of packing paper like this with twine. Twine is wrapped around it. So, and I bought that as well because I'm also, pardon me, I'm also going to, as you can see, this is a bandolier. It's a good reproduction, actually, material, and it's copied from an original. Got it from a guy on eBay. He goes by OTK 87, I believe. Yeah, I think it is. So I'm going to include his, OTK 87. In fact, he's even stamped it. There you go. So he stamps his reproduction, so you know it's a repro. But he does very, very good and pretty accurate reproductions for a very good price. So this is just a uh, fabric bandolier, again used even in the Great War by Russians. A slightly different design, but this is the Second World War pattern, I guess you could say. Essentially, it's very simple. You know, it's just material. You know what bandolier is, and obviously inside each these compartments it holds ammunition. So you can just obviously put ammunition in here like so. Mm. Ammunition in like so. And yeah, I'm trying to just sort of do this sort of off camera. It's a bit awkward. And then obviously you'd close it up and wrap it around with this string. And then you would wear this around. This is tied at one end, and then you wear this around obviously your shoulder like so. I mean, yeah, you already know what a bandolier is, I hope. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm going to keep you all updated. If any of you are interested in the measurements and stuff and you want to make this yourself, feel free to contact me on Facebook or on here, and I will send you a copy of my template I did the other day. It's all completely accurate. Again, it fits pretty much as perfect as you can get. Very little marginal room for error, as in I've got it as, how do I put it, as accurate as I can with, like, ruler and the funky ruler, as I call them. So yeah, I mean, again, this is just a quick sort of video on this little project. This isn't the main thing on the channel. This is just a little side project I'll upload again probably in a few weeks or so forth, when it's like sort of pretty much done and I'm happy with. And I'll also do a quick comparison with these pouches because they're good and I do recommend them, especially if you're on a budget or you're just doing a mannequin. And obviously these are sort of early war, but they did use them throughout the war regardless. But I'll just compare them in a quick video when I update. So that's something to look out for. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. Sorry for rambling on and on. Hopefully you found it somewhat entertaining at least. Again, I will be uploading an update on this probably later on in the next month or so, probably about, I don't know, February, but I will be uploading a new video next week. Hopefully I'll be recording it Monday. All goes to plan, touch wood, and I'll be uploading it the following evening. So by Monday night, there'll be a new video, which I think you'll all find pretty interesting. Another quick little insight to what else I'm doing. Again, I've already explained the Soviet kit. That'll be a video on that, all of it complete, laid out at some point. I'm also doing a US kit. Primarily sold a US Marine in Beirut in '83, so that's interesting. I've got a lot of the harder things, like I've got a Passkit vest now and the Alice webbing complete, which is really cool. I've wanted to do it for a while and I've always liked Alice. I don't know if anyone here recalls, but I have said in previous videos that I've always enjoyed the American LBE load bearing equipment. Here in Britain we just call it webbing equipment. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. Hopefully you found this interesting, and yeah, stay tuned for more.